provide a strategy for balancing the need to conserve open space through the acquisition of conservation easements, preserving landowner property rights, and providing for long-term management of plant, wildlife, and fish species throughout the region.
We formed the habitat plan as a way to bridge the environmental community and the developer community into how we can solve for building for the future.
If you wanted to get something done, you knew you were going to fight a battle with the environmental community. You didn't have any concept of, maybe we ought to cooperate. Let's get them involved. Let's hear what they have to say. What do they need, okay? And how can it integrate into what we need?
Under ordinary circumstances, if you were going to come and develop, you'd have to go to State Fish and Game and you'd have to satisfy their requirements. You'd have to come to the City of Lodi and satisfy our requirements. You'd have to deal with a whole smorgasbord of state and federal entities to get your habitat conservation easements approved. COG went to all of those agencies, got a certified plan, and then brought it back to us. So all we have to do is go to COG, deal with one entity, and we're done. And that works very well for our developers.
The environment and the habitat are very, very important, and COG has always put that at the forefront. Every time there's a project, of course there's an EIR, Environmental Impact Report, and from my experience, COG has not left any stone unturned to make sure that they address any issue that may be there or that might be anticipated that isn't in the actual EIR. They go above and beyond to make sure it's done completely so the project can move smoothly forward.
The San Joaquin County Multi-Species Habitat Plan. So what it is it allows developments like mine to pay a per acre fee to COG, and COG will then go out and buy land to supplement or to replace the land that we have developed. So we pay a fee when we do the impact, not through the entitlement process, but when all of our entitlements with the city is done, then we essentially pay a fee to COG that allows them to go out and either buy easements or buy land basis the land that we're now developing.
The Habitat Conservation Plan managed by SJCOG offers a great benefit to local jurisdictions as we work on a regular basis with the development community. What's a challenge in many cases is being able to give finite timelines and costs and potential risk for certain projects, but with the plan as it's operating and constructed, we're able to let developers know that there's an outcome that they can rely upon.
My family's farming operation is called Stony Creek Land and Cattle Company. We're farmers and cattle ranchers. We farm and lease ground on approximately 8,000 to 10,000 acres. Did our first project with COG it's been about 2 years ago, and great dealing with them. It was real easy and everything went nice and smooth, and we're in the process of working on another deal with them currently. I'd say my life's better because of COG.
From my perspective, what do I know? But all I know is that the San Joaquin Council of Governments, which represents all the cities, the county, and the Port of Stockton, has done an absolutely incredibly stellar job.
To this day, we go back and I ask some of the developers or I ask some of the environmental community, what's your thoughts? And again, it's almost 20 years later after we got it approved. And they said, Phil, we could not have done it without the habitat plan in place.
So the plan is good for the city, it's good for the county, it's good for the developer, it's good for our citizens, and it's good for the environment. It's a win-win all around. Nobody loses.